turns into an absolute nightmare as they went deep into the Houston night for a big win over the Astros. Tonight, Brad Peacock hopes to take back control of his career and Minute Maid Park in a crucial start for him and the team. Astros baseball starts right now.
Hell yes.
From Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, Root Sports brings you Houston Astros baseball. Tonight it's Game 2 of this three-game series between the Astros and the Oakland A's. Good evening, everybody. Bill Brown and Alan Ashby along with Julia Morales to see Game 2 between the Astros and the A's. The A's have been rough on the Astros down through the last few years, and now the Astros seek a turnaround after a drubbing last night, 8-1, Ash.
And the A's have been tough on tonight's starting pitcher, Brad Peacock, who goes out there with probably some things to prove for himself and for the Astros. Last year, Brad Peacock had some numbers that could use some mending a bit. Walks and the home runs allowed. Brad needs to find a way to get around. He at times showed a very good assortment of pitches, and when on, he's got a good fastball that he can drive down around the knees, curveball, slider, and change to mix with it. But he's got to find the strike zone. These Oakland A's will wear you out if you fall behind and stay there.
Coming up, full Houston. When Kevin Costner came to town last night, there was only one reporter he wanted to talk to. Julia Morales talks about her latest interview with a star when we return.
Game 2 of this three-game series. And last night, a special guest in the stands to take in the Astros and A's game, Kevin Costner, famous actor, director, producer, and musician who's in town to play with his band at the Stafford Center tonight. But he's played in some great sports movies and played great baseball characters such as Crash Davis, Billy Chappell, and he was kind enough to talk about this great sport last night.
I always always try to slide in here when I get the chance. It's one of the really more beautiful parks in the league. I mean, I don't know one that's prettier. I mean, it's just beautiful here. And the temperature, it's like at night, it's like if you're a kid, this is what you really wish you had. You know, I mean, everybody wants to play on grass like this. That's out of here. That's a home run.
You've been in a lot of baseball movies. Which one is your favorite?
Well, Bull Durham, to be Crash Davis is like, that guy, Ron Shelton, who was a player, wrote Bull Durham, wrote Tin Cup. He did it he really broke the mold with that movie, because usually it's about the home run, it's about winning the game. But, Ron Shelton wrote a great movie about baseball, about a guy who doesn't even make it to the big leagues. I got to pitch a perfect game in Yankee Stadium, I got to be in a movie where James Earl Jones really identifies what the magic of baseball is all about. And it puts the hair on the back of guys' necks when they hear that speech about, because Mantle couldn't have written that speech, and Mays or anybody, but it took probably a non-athlete to define our game, a chalkboard that gets erased.
We have to thank Kevin Costner again. He is our Geico quote of the day, obviously very passionate about baseball. Field of Dreams, though, might be one of my favorite all-time movies. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, Jose Altuve, a player that personifies the love of baseball that Kevin Costner mentioned there. Altuve and the Astros take down, or try to take down, their arch rival when we return. Astros trying to claw their way back into this series today. Roof is closed for Brad Peacock, who will be making his 2015 debut for the Houston Astros. He got to the park about 3.5 hours ago and was just as surprised as the Astros when he found out he was making this start here today. He was thinking he was making his second rehab start in Fresno not that long ago, but as the game played out, that was the decision that the Astros had to make yesterday. New look for Peacock, as he's much slimmer, and he's hoping to improve on several different things this season, including his command, especially on that fastball. We saw him get into deep counts last year. Pitch count would rise very quickly at times, and just needs to throw strikes. Looking at this right here, the major league average for fastball strike percentage is the blue line. Brad Peacock is the orange, just below that league average. Something he's hoping to improve on this year. I know he wants to throw that breaking stuff for a strike as well, guys. That is the Honda League leader right there. Brownie and Ash, you guys saw him in spring training. I'm sure you liked what you were seeing back then, didn't you?
We thought he was very sharp. And Ash, just looking at those numbers Julia presented, I couldn't help but think, too, maybe how much he was pitching in pain with that hip last year that could have affected those numbers.
Yeah, I think that's one of the hopes that the Astros have, is that maybe the surgery on the hip in the offseason can help turn things around, combined with the weight loss. He looks like a good-looking athlete right now, but with that first start on the season at Fresno, AAA, the opener, 4 2/3 innings of shutout baseball, but walked 5 hitters, and that has to change here to have success not only against the A's but other big league teams. And you can see the numbers from last year. They're not overly good with the 4.9 mark. The ERA is kind of in that acceptable range, but he's got the kind of stuff that can be better than that.
He opens against Sam Fuld, the center fielder, with a third baseman Valbuena on the grass, and gets behind 1-0 on a .357 hitter with no homers, 3 runs batted in.
You see Fuld taken all the way there, Brownie, and that probably is the philosophy for the A's coming in.
The A's have done a number on Brad Peacock. 1 ball, 1 strike. He is 1-3 with a 5.19 ERA in 7 career starts against them. Last year, 0-2 with a 6.16 in 4 starts, walking 19 in 19 innings against Oakland. The A's do have a number of patient hitters who will work the count. Now 2-1. Oakland climbed into first place in the tightly bunched AL West with a win last night. 4-4 is the Oakland record, with a 1/2 game lead over 3 different clubs, including Houston. Now that fastball is high, and it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Asher Wojciechowski was pulled out of the bullpen last night to finish the game after Scott Feldman went 5. Wojo went 4, didn't give up a run. He's on his way back to AAA Fresno now. That's on the inside part of the plate. That makes it 3-2 now to Fuld.
Don't know if we're looking at Sam Fuld or the Oakland A's in this at bat here, taking all the way till the 3-2 count. And I think there's a chance that we'll see a lot of that tonight, with Peacock needing to find the strike zone.
Fuld pokes one left field line, slicing and going into the corner, and that's a fair ball. Fuld heads for second base. So he saw 6 pitches, and he wound up with an opposite field double, his 3rd 2-base hit of the year.
And it's not like he delivered a cookie right here. Tough pitch outside black area. Fuld just reaches out and finds the gap down the line, but that many pitches is going to shorten your night, no question about it. And you can see the pitch was actually off the plate. It's really good work by Sam Fuld.
Just kicked very near the left field line and into the corner. The A's lead the American League in doubles with 22. Now it's Mark Canha. And the rookie's on a 6-game hitting streak. Valbuena's even with the bag at third, as is Carter at first, both off the lines. And it's fouled away, strike 1. Here's the lineup now for Bob Melvin. Sam Fuld in center, Mark Canha in left, Ben Zobrist at second, Billy Butler the DH, Ike Davis at first, Stephen Vogt the catcher, Brett Lawrie at third base, Josh Reddick in right, Marcus Semien the shortstop. Mark Canha, like Marcus Semien, went to Cal Berkeley. Canha was born in San Jose, a 7th-round pick in Miami in 2010. Grounds 1 to Altuve's left to advance the runner to third on out number 1.
Defensively for the Astros here this evening, behind Brad Peacock, very good outfield of Colby Rasmus, Jake Marisnick, and George Springer. On the infield, Luis Valbuena at third, Jed Lowry back at short tonight. On the right side, Jose Altuve and Chris Carter. Jason Castro is the fixture behind the plate.
Now the former Astros farmhand, Ben Zobrist, who had a big night last night, 3 hits, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Zobrist checks in at 303 with a homer. He's driven in 5. Had a good on-base average year with the Rays last year, with those numbers you saw on the screen, including 75 walks rather. Infield shifted around, playing him to pull, and it's ball 1. Zobrist, a versatile player, really a nice pickup for the A's, playing second base tonight. That's where he was in the lineup last night as well. He can play the outfield. In for a strike. Good movement on the changeup. It's 1-1.
One of ththose situations, as we see the good location here from Brad Peacock on the changeup, effective pitch. But it's one of those scenarios that hitters work on in batting practice. Infield playing back, especially on the right side. Man on third base in less than 2 outs, put it on the ground, and you drive in a run.
Zobrist is looking again, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. He was the Tampa Bay Rays' most valuable player last year. Had a .354 on base average, and that is his career on base average. He hits this one to right center field. A tag at third by Fold. A catch in center by Jake Marisnick, and a sac fly, making it 1-0 Oakland. Zobrist picking up RBI number 6.
And sometimes you put it in the air. You also drive in the run. It's a great opportunity to hit with a man on third base, less than 2 outs. Ben Zobrist is such a solid player. Fits in very well with these Oakland A's. Pretty good curveball from Brad Peacock.
Oakland striking first after doing that with a 3-run first last night, getting Billy Butler to the plate now. Butler moves back from ball 1. He has hit in all 8 Oakland games, the only American League player with an 8-game hitting streak right now. .387, 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. That homer was a 3-run shot off the tracks, over the tracks last night off Scott Feldman. Very impressive swing of the bat for Butler, whose power slumped last year with 9 homers in 549 at bats for Kansas City. He had a career high 29 bombs in 2012. He's a .295 career hitter, but just .232 against Houston. It's his lowest average against any opponent. 2 balls, 1 strike. So a whirlwind of events has brought Brad Peacock to the mound after an early morning flight from Fresno to Houston. Strike 2-2. As Julia explained, this was not the plan, but the plan changed mid-game last night for A.J. Hinch. He told the media with the score being what it was in the middle innings, he decided to pull tonight's scheduled starter, Asher Wojciechowski, into relief. Fly ball to center. Marisnick puts it away. And it's 1 run. It's good situational hitting. Only 1 hit for Oakland and a 1-0 early Oakland lead. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Kendall Graveman will face Jose Altuve, starting to put some good games together. And leading it off at second base, it's George Springer in right field. Jen Lowry returns after a night off to play shortstop. Evan Gattis, the cleanup man, and DH. Luis Valbuena plays third base with Chris Carter at first. Jason Castro, the catchers, in the 7th spot, followed by left fielder Colby Erasmus and center fielder Jake Marisnick.
And on the mound for the Oakland A's, Kendall Graveman, his second major league start, came up for 5 relief appearances last year with Toronto. Went to Mississippi State, where Will the Thrill Clark played his college ball.
Well, we understand that he was planning to attend Auburn, but then the pitching coach at Auburn moved to Mississippi State, so Kendall followed him. First pitch to Jose Altuve. The person is strike one, but Jose Altuve, the movie, debuts Thursday night in downtown Houston to an audience of invitation only, folks. 4-game hitting streak. But are we allowed to say that the movie will be shown very soon on Root Sports? That's what we're hearing. 267 for Altuve with a 313 on base average. Bouncer on one hop. Brett Laurie, 1 out.
I see Brett Laurie making the play on that first swing from the Astros. Defensively, Mark Hanna in left field, Sam Fuld in left, and Josh Reddick in right field. On the infield left side, Brett Laurie, Marcus Semien at short. Ben Zobrist is at second. Ike Davis fans first base, and Stephen Vogt again behind the plate.
George Springer trying to get going after an 0 for 3 night last night. Begins at 154 and looks at ball 1. Springer has 1 RBI. Jed Lowry's on deck. Graveman throws his fastball. There you see it, 92, missing inside, 2-0. He was sick in his first start, and the numbers reflected. 3 1/3 innings, 7 hits, including 2 homers, and an ERA of 18.90.
Attaboy. Attaboy, Georgie.
But he had an excellent spring, and he was really throwing strikes. That's the report we got. But he lost 10-1 to Texas in that first start. And now a 4-pitch walk for George Springer, who can hurt Oakland with his legs. He's 2 for 2 in steals. That's the 5th walk drawn by Springer.
I tell you, I would imagine that Graveman felt even sicker after that outing. 8 runs, 7 of them earned, and trying to get things turned around.
Jed Lowry got the night off last night. At 227, he has 2 homers, 2 runs batted in, 74 doubles the last 2 seasons with the A's. He had 75 runs batted in for them in 2013, taking ball 1. The Astros are 3 and 4. They're one of the trio of teams tied for second, just a half game behind front-running Oakland. The Angels in Seattle are also 3 and 4. Throw goes over to first on Springer. The Astros as a team are 8 for 8 in steals. They're second in the American League in stolen bases. There's only been 1 stolen base attempt against Oakland. Fouled away by Jed Lowry. 1-1. In the last 15 games head-to-head, the Astros are 8 and 7 against Oakland, but since the Astros moved to the American League, the A's have a 27-12 advantage over them. While Melvin's club, though, has been a playoff team, beating up on a lot of teams. Phil Garner was out tonight. Say hello to Bob. 2-1. We were talking about scrap iron last night, Ash, and he confirmed that he did retire last year.
Yeah, I made the mistake of looking into the media guide for the Oakland A's and finding there that he was, Phil Garner, and a special assistant. And what other kind of assistant could Phil Garner be but special? But apparently that was an error.
Little roller, dribbles foul. 2-2. Well, Phil, among other things, he's very busy in a lot of areas, but he's had a business for many years around Houston, building baseball fields, and that is flourishing right now.
Pretty darn accomplished golfer as well.
Yes.
Enjoying that stage of life.
Well, the folks out at Champions will see his talents on the course on Monday in a charity tournament for prostate cancer.
Are you going to carry him?
No. But he's fun to watch. Some of us who are scheduled to play might be better off just watching Phil.
He's become a really good player.
It's a line shot. Springer to second base. Picked up by Josh Reddick. It has a whale of an arm. And it's first and second, one out. Kendall Graveman got a $5,000 bonus to sign. He was an 8th round pick in 2013 by Toronto.
Graveman has a nice sinking fastball, but when you get that sinker up even a little bit, it tends to flatten out. Jed Lowry took advantage. Pitched just above the knees. Solid base hit into right field.
Evan Gattis is the batter with a chance to do damage after snapping out of an 0 for 23 start last night. Ground ball back to Graveman. He gets it to second, and then it's a 1-4-3 double play with Zobrist turning it. No runs, one hit, one man left. We go to the second inning with a score 1-0 Oakland. Fair now at southwest.com. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Now, there's been rain in the area. Looks like there might be some out there in the distance as Phil and Carol Garner watch. 1-0 Oakland. So the roof is closed tonight. It closed actually during the 9th inning of last night's game. Ike Davis leads it off. Davis, a slick fielding first baseman, is on a 4-game hitting streak with a .318 batting average. He's driven in 5. First round pick of the Mets in 08. 1 for 3 with an RBI last night. Peacock's fastball is in for strike 1. Todd Titchener is the home plate umpire tonight.
Good to see Phil Garner has maintained that mustachioed look.
Oh, yeah. Distinguished look. 1-1. Brad Peacock, 11-15 lifetime with 4.68 ERA. He's 27 years old. He was born in Palm Beach, Florida. His father, Jerry, might be here tonight. Jerry frequently does watch Brad's starts. And in the minor leagues, Jerry would drive a motorhome from place to place and watch Brad. 2 balls and a strike. That's in, and it's 2-2 to Davis. Again, the Oakland hitters working the count. Now Valbuena's going to be pulled up the middle more. It's a full big-time shift on for Davis.
A 2-1 pitch, an effective changeup. It's all well and good for Brad if he can throw him for strikes.
Liner into left for a single. 5-game hitting streak for Davis. Hit number 2 for Oakland.
Watch, you put the shift on and then you pitch away, and it's my belief that that does matter. The hitter is kind of left with a pitch that was much more easily hit the other way.
Stephen Vogt with a 6-game hitting streak will follow. 348 for Vogt, 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. This Oakland club is hitting .306, second in the league in runs scored with 51. And it's ball 1. The A's are leading the American League in total bases right now. So that sounds all great from an offensive standpoint, and the numbers would indicate that, but it's been a wild ride to get to those numbers. They've outscored their opponents 38-1 in their 4 wins, and they've been outscored 26-13 in their 4 losses. Two balls, no strikes.
That's the point where you say, explain that to me, Lucy.
Yeah. Well, they're hitting .366 with runners in scoring position. That's uncommonly high, but Bob Melvin will welcome that any day. These two teams are playing 19 times this year, 9 of those here at Minute Maid Park. Oakland won the season series 11-8 last year from Houston. That's in for a strike. 2-1.
Imagine most teams around the major leagues would tell you they're still trying to find themselves, their identity right now. Maybe outside of the Kansas City Royals and Detroit Tigers anyway. KC still undefeated.
Yeah. And Detroit's only lost once. That's in for a strike to even the count at 2-2 on Vogt.
Let's be fair to the Atlanta Braves, 6-1. Great start where I don't think many people, if any at all, thought they would have that kind of a start on the season.
You're right about that, and their ERA is under 2. Vogt's hit .348 during his 6-game hitting streak, 8 for 23. Swings at that one and misses, and it's strikeout number 1 for Peacock.
One deep count after another for Brad, and the number of pitches are just prohibitive in terms of staying deep in a ball game, but that little slider down under the knees gets the punch out.
Brett Lawrie, who was very active in last night's game at third base, brings a 3-game hitting streak into this one. He's been on base in 7 of the first 8 games. 281 average for Lawrie, who takes strike 1. Our buddy next door, Ray Fosse, in the Oakland TV booth, felt that Lawrie made the big play of the game on the double play ball hit by Chris Carter in the 4th inning last night. The Astros had cut the Oakland lead at that time to 4-1. They had 2 men on base and nobody out. 1-1. Tough news for the Cleveland Indians young right-hander Carlos Carrasco, who pitched so well here in game number 2 of the season. He had to leave the game tonight in the 1st inning after he was hit in the face with a line drive and carried off on a stretcher. He put up his hands to deflect the blow some, it appeared. Bouncer back to Peacock. Firing, and there's Lowry, the middleman. No double play. Well, I like the way Peacock got his body ready. It was already turned to make that throw, though, for out number 2.
Not only that, but he actually took a couple little choppy steps toward the plate to shorten the play a bit. Watch as Peacock sees this ground ball come. Watch the feet start to get in position quickly. Yeah, he did it beautifully. Got the throw chest high right through the plate, and that was very well done. You just don't get Brett Lawrie, who with the Lowry throw, able to beat it. Lawrie, a big strong guy, runs well.
So we've got Lawrie and Lowry. Josh Reddick is the batter. And a strike 1 to Reddick, the right fielder at 222 with no homers, has 1 RBI. He just returned to action. As you see, he's played in 2 games after opening the season on the disabled list for the first 6 or 7 days. Had a strained oblique dating back to spring training. That one rolls, and it could be a long run and an infield hit because Balbuena was playing so far over toward shortstop that Reddick has the easy infield hit on the nubber. So hit number 3, just such a long way for the third baseman to go. No chance to make a throw.
This comes about because of actually a good changeup from Peacock. It left Reddick out in front. and he hits it right off the end of the bat. You see with that shift on, anything hit on the ground on that left side other than right to the one player remaining is going to be a hit. And so Reddick takes advantage.
Brings up Marcus Semien. Semien had a big night. 2 hits, including a homer last night. The home run was called by Kevin Costner. There's ball 1. It's great to have him out here.
He knows his home runs, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Well, he pitched a perfect game in Yankee Stadium.
That's true.
So the same guy who pitched a perfect game in Yankee Stadium shot a 12 on 1 hole in a golf tournament.
Well, and caught in the minor leagues. So I talk about a versatile athlete.
That's a story to tell. Well, speaking of celebrities, T-Mac threw out the first pitch tonight. Tracy McGrady, former NBA star, Houston Rockets and other clubs, and also he pitched for the Sugar Land Skeeters. He's a 7-time NBA All-Star, so happy to have Tracy McGrady here. He played 17 seasons in the NBA. He's on the field for batting practice.
Yeah, he looked good with that pitch. And I think we've got a peek here. You can see that this is really he had a chance, legitimate arm there to be able to pitch in the minor leagues. Didn't work out exactly the way I'm sure he hoped it would, but I imagine Dallas Keuchel was impressed.
He'll be visiting with our very own Julia Morales, consultant to the Stars, very soon. Tap foul. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. What a week for Julia. A birthday. She interviews Kevin Costner. Gets to see her family.
She actually had a multi-dayed birthday, right?
Well, yes, she celebrated on Saturday and Sunday in that multi-dayed birthday. Hadn't heard it put quite that way before, but
nobody's quite that eloquent.
It's good stuff, Ash.
Thanks.
A shot toward the left field corner. It's hooking and a foul ball. Still 2-2 to Semien. Last night, because of a tired bullpen from the 14-inning win in Texas Sunday, there were pitchers unavailable. So the job that Asher Wojciechowski did in finishing that game with the 4 relief innings is not to be understated. Gave the other guys a night off. Nobody else even warmed up in the 8-1 loss. So there are those baseball games involving folding your hand, waiting for the next game to roll around, minimizing the losses. He struck him out. That's number 2 of the night. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left, and it's 1-0 Oakland. The Houston chapter before the game tonight. Jose Altuve got the award for Astros MVP. Dallas Keuchel, pitcher of the year. Christy Rican of the Associated Press giving Colin McHugh the Astros Rookie of the Year award. Scott Feldman the Darryl Kyle Good Guy award. Jamie Hildreth, our boss, Astros Senior Vice President of Broadcasting and Alumni Relations, got the Fred Hartman Long and Meritorious Service Award. Congratulations to all. Luis Valbuena swings at that one. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Luis on a 3-game hitting streak. 160 average. Valbuena had a double in 4 trips last night. He said that he was a catcher when he was signed to play professional baseball.
He's a sturdily built young man.
1 and 2. We've seen his excellent arm, and he's been impressive with his range to his right, which allows him to play off the line at third, still come to his right and make plays. He's had a couple of diving plays. Strikeout for Graveman. That's number 1.
Witness the movement on this fastball. This is a lot of running action. Starts it inside. We talk about that pitch a lot from right-hand pitchers, but this is rather extreme. A little bit of a 3/4 delivery and huge running movement. You get that 2-seam grip, and somehow the seams take over and create at least some of that movement.
Chris Carter swings over that pitch. It's strike 1 to Chris. With an 0.45 batting average, looking for his first RBI of the year. That hit was off the center field wall in Texas. It was a long single. Really drilled it. Fouls that one. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Jamie Hildreth is here with his wife Teresa. He got his award. Fred Hartman.
He has certainly served and done well a long time.
It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
And he had his much better half on hand here this evening.
Carter fouls it. Still a 1 and 2 count. Washington leads at Boston in interleague play 7-5. They're in the top of the 7th inning at Fenway Park. Washington 2-5. Jordan Zimmerman got hammered last night. Struck him out. That's 2 in a row for Kendall Graveman.
Told you those Nationals weren't going to be any good.
Boy, that's a surprise, hasn't it?
Look at this sinking action again. Pretty serious, and then you add 92 miles an hour to it. That's potentially successful stuff.
With 2 down, it's Jason Castro. And Conger did the catching last night. Castro at 294 has done well with 4 walks. So his on base percentage is a high 429 right now. Graveman came in the big Josh Donaldson trade from Toronto to Oakland in December, along with third baseman Brett Laurie and lefty pitcher Sean Nolan. Graveman had just 5 major league games for Toronto last year with no decisions, and he was on an express elevator last year. He started out at low A Lansing and clocked every level. He pitched for 5 different professional clubs at every level of the game, reaching the big leagues. That is highly unusual.
Well, he'll be the guy that execs will be turning to find out about this player and that player along the way, huh?
He started at Lansing, low A, went to high A Dunedin, double A New Hampshire, triple A Buffalo, and Major League Toronto. That is one unusual year. And Castro has drawn a 4-pitch walk as Springer did in the first inning. So those are 2 glitches for Graveman so far in this 1-0 game. And it's Colby Rasmus, teammate of Graveman with Toronto. Colby at 278 has a homer and 2 runs batted in. 5 hits and some good plays in left field for Colby. Of course, 2 of the guys the A's would like to get back are Jared Parker and AJ Griffin. They're both on the disabled list. recovering from Tommy John elbow surgeries. He might be back before too much longer. At least A.J. Griffin is on a little bit faster track because his surgery was about a month earlier last year. Back one to Rasmus. So in the meantime, Graveman gets a chance, and Drew Pomeranz is in the rotation as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow night at 7:10, it's Colin McHugh and Drew Pomeranz. Thursday's an off day, and then the Angels are here over the weekend. Roberto Hernandez and Jared Weaver Friday night. Dallas Keuchel and C.J. Wilson Saturday night. Scott Feldman against TBA Sunday. Rasmus swings, and it's 1-2. There are stories today circulating, Ash, that over the weekend Angel skipper Mike Scioscia is hoping to meet here in Houston with Josh Hamilton.
I guess they've got a lot to iron out. I know the Angels feel they shouldn't have to pay all that salary.
Yeah. But an arbitrator has ruled otherwise. 2-2.
I don't understand how you can, what seems to me, break your contract and still have an arbitrator say, no, you earned all your pay.
Right. But that was his ruling. Now 3-2, and it's a real dilemma, as you say, because Josh Hamilton is still owed a lot of money by the Angels, and they feel that he abandoned the team. You know, there are definitely some personal issues. Runner going, and that's a walk. So now back-to-back 2-out walks have the Astros hoping that number 9 hitter Jake Marisnick can come through, and he has been. 333 with Jake. And meanwhile, Stephen Vogt goes out to talk with Graveman.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can feel good about what happened with Josh Hamilton. In fact, quite the opposite. But at the same time, there's a responsibility there that was broken, quite frankly, I think.
Well, that's certainly the Angels' position on it, and they have been very clear about that. 333 for Jake Marisnick. Great numbers. And now a chance to do some damage out of the 9 spot. And tight to him, ball 1. That running fastball. Jake was 0 for 3 last night. That snapped his 3-game hitting streak. Sam Fulton had a really good sliding catch on him in the 5th inning. A pitch like that is really tough for a right-handed hitter. 1-1 with all that movement down and in on him.
He does get some downward movement. The majority of it is from side to side. But any kind of movement at that sort of velocity has got to be tough on the hitters.
Graveman added a cutter last year to his power sinker.
There it is. Cutter, slider, whatever you want to call it. Smallish. It'd be hard to get that ball to turn back around and go the other way versus the way it wants to run so much on the fastball. It's callable.
Scott Kazmir worked in and out last night effectively. Missing, and it's 3-1 now. Graveman did not have control issues in the spring. He was 3-1 with a 0.36 ERA. That's a strike, and now it's a full count. 37 pitches for Kendall Graveman. Born in Alexander City, Alabama. Runners go, and it's bounced to the left side. Here's Brad Laurie stepping on the bag to force Castro. No runs, no hits, 2 men left, and it's 1-0 Oakland through a couple.
fan of the game. You heard the guys in the booth talking about our special guest tonight. It's Tracy McGrady, the 7-time All-Star for the NBA, former Houston Rocket, taking in some Houston Astros baseball. And I want to ask you, you grinded through almost 2 decades of the NBA, and then you wanted to play professional baseball last year. Why?
Well, as a child, it was a dream of mine to play Major League Baseball. It was my first love. I always liked this sport, and I've told myself throughout my career, if I ever got the opportunity to play or pursue it, then I was going to give it a chance. It was just so, lucky to have Sugarland Skeeters 5 minutes from my house. Started training for it. They gave me the opportunity to come out there with the club, and I had fun with it. I pursued it, played through, a 70-game season for myself. At the halfway mark, I cut it off, and but I'm glad I pursued it and emptied out the tank.
Yeah, well, it was fun to watch you pitch and make that baseball come back. And you said you worked with Roger Clemens. You even learned a slider. You said you learned a slider in 10 minutes. Is that true?
Yeah.
It's that easy?
Well, I'm a fast learner, and he showed me the mechanics, the proper mechanics, and I picked it up just like that. And I threw it a few times. It's different, when you practice and nobody's up there, no hitter, but when you get in the game, you got so much adrenaline flowing. It doesn't feel the same, so I kind of backed off for a little bit.
Well, you retired after getting that first strikeout, right? You have that ball somewhere, don't you?
Why not walk out, after your first strikeout? Just get out of there. It was in the All-Star game. I went out on top. It was my only strikeout, but I'll take it.
I love that story. Well, Houston Rockets regular season's almost over for them. I know you're paying attention. They could be at any seed, it feels like right now. But what are you hoping for? What matchup are you hoping to see in that first round?
I think a favorable matchup for them is Portland Trail Blazers because they're banged up. And we want to get some get back on them for beating us last season in the first round. So that's a favorable matchup. I hope they stay away from that the 6th or the 3rd spot in San Antonio, ends up in one of those seeds and we face in the first round. I don't want to see that. But if we get Portland, and which we would have the home court advantage because I think we have the better record, I think we'll win that.
And Harden's getting MVP, right?
I would like for him to get the MVP, but I have to be honest, Stephen's going to get it.
You heard from Tracy McGrady. Thanks so much for the time. Enjoy the baseball.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Julia. Another double by Sam Fuld, his 2nd of the night and 4th of the season. He has 6 extra base hits already. Has him at second base now with an 0-2 count on Canna, nobody out. And the A's have 4 hits. The Astros won in this 1-0 game. The former A. Brad Peacock trying to get out of it. He gets a swing, or does he? No, check swing is the call by Tim Welke. And it's 1-2.
That, to the naked eye, looked like the bat may have gone through. Let's see what we can detect here. I don't know from this angle if we'll be able to tell, but this one will tell the story. Yeah, for me, that's getting all the way through the plate and then some.
And you saw the movement of his hands, how far they were. 1-2.
He should be sitting on the bench right about now.
Way up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brad Peacock was drafted by Washington, traded him to Oakland after the 2011 season. Then before 2013 he was traded to Houston along with Chris Carter and Max Stassi for Jed Lowry and Fernando Rodriguez. He pitched in 2012 for the Oakland AAA club in Sacramento. That's in tight, and it's 3-2.
Boy, that inability of Peacock to get in and stay in the strike zone is really deadly. You can see he's got a nice assortment of pitches. And the addition of that changeup should help him, but again, it's got to get corralled. And Brent Strom knows it.
Detroit and Pittsburgh are tied 0-0 in the top of the 7th at PNC Park.
rookie hitters who have no compulsion to get in the box and stay there.
Foul back. You've seen some of the veterans who normally take a little walk, doing a little skipping back into the box sometimes when feeling is the home plate umpire is probably passing along a few words, and then it clicks in.
I think you're talking about Adrian Beltre, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
Oh, he's so good, and big smile, laugh on his face, gets back in there and probably hangs out a line drive.
Yeah. It's an adjustment for some of these guys that like to take a lot of time.
But you got to account for the need to fix the batting gloves after every pitch.
Canna draws the walk. First walk for Peacock. First and second, nobody out for Zobrist.
Ben Zobrist has been a good player. Played under Joe Madden so much of his career. From 13 to 14, numbers are quite similar. On-base percentage exactly the same. Batting average almost on the button. RBIs would be the difference that really jumps out. 2013, the bigger year there, but solid player, and he can play all over the field defensively.
Zobrist delivered a sac fly in the first inning. Infield has shifted around on him. And there's strike one to Zobrist. A.J. Burnett's going for the Pirates against Detroit, shutting out that Tiger machine of Brad Ausmus so far in the top of the seventh inning. Shane Green is pitching for Detroit. Tigers have some great offensive numbers for the first few games. In the dirt, and Castro comes up with a play.
Terrific job. A yanked changeup. Castro setting up away and then had to move hard to his right and be able to get in front of this thing. Look at this movement. It's really that right arm that protected the baseball, keeping it on the chest protector and therefore in front.
Zobrist homered opening night against Giovanni Gallardo of Texas. He's already played three positions, second, left, and right. That's it for a strike, and it's 1-2. The A's have a number of players on the disabled list here at the beginning of the season. They have 7. Including Coco Crisp, who would normally be in the lineup. Their closer, Sean Doolittle, the lefty.
That, by the way, is the grip for the four-seamer that we talk about all the time. The key is to hold it that way every time you hold it behind your back, and then make your change when you go into the glove.
Only 3 of the 25 players on the Oakland roster played for Oakland prior to 2013. They have really flipped this club. Bouncer to second. Altuve gets the out there to Lowry. He went down on a knee. The ball slowly hit, and there wasn't a chance to double up Zobrist. Canna is forced, and runners are first and third with 1 out.
Zobrist finally swinging the bat after getting a couple of strikes on him, but part of the way the A's, and of course Tampa Bay, where Zobrist had played before, the way they like to go at a lot of their at bats.
Billy Butler hit a fly ball to center first time up. Butler making the move from one postseason club to another after playing his entire career for Kansas City. He put on the Oakland uniform after a 3-year deal. $30 million on that 3-year contract for Billy Butler, who takes strike one. He's from Orange Park, Florida. Peacock would love to double him up right here. Altuve with a toss to Lowry. On to Chris Carter. And the Astros get their 8th double play of the season. No runs, a hit. 1 man left. 1-0 Oakland.
takes us inside the box score. Jose Altuve, of course, 3 knocks last night. And really the big story, along with that home run, that was a bomb from Jose. Batting champ a year ago. He was the champ in stolen bases. A couple of infield hits last night, but that's really a big part of his game. Last year, he had a bunch. Might have gotten a bit of an assist with this one as the throw was offline for Brett Lawrie. But Jose Altuve is going to beat out a load of infield hits and bang them around. Those red numbers all indicate well above Major League average. The only trouble he had last year was down and away.
Started that double play to end the top of the inning, 1-0 Athletics as he comes around again. Fouls it back for strike 1. Altuve grounded to third in the first inning. Also before the game, Jose got another award from Allison Footer of MLB.com. The 2014 Greatness in Baseball Yearly Award. They call it the Gibby, as the breakout Everyday Player of the Year. That award was voted on by broadcasters, reporters, front office personnel, MLB alumni, fans at MLB.com, and the Society for American Baseball Research. Well, that's going to be an interesting documentary coming out this week on Jose. You'll have a chance to see it on Root Sports. Quite a story. His life is a movie now, and appropriately so.
You know, the whole thing's a dream that would seem at first glance to be impractical.
Highly. Graveman takes care of the first out. And it's George Springer. Orbit had a routine going with Josh Reddick on the field before this game. Had the fans in stitches. Quite an entertainer. We're going to try to capture that some night during the pregame warm-ups and play that back during the game. Springer drew a 4-pitch walk in the first inning. Mike St. John of Minute Maid is here tonight. Strike to Springer. Baltimore leads the Yankees 4-1 there in the home 7th inning in Baltimore. In tight for a ball. That makes it 1-1. CC Sabathia is on the mound for the Yankees tonight. Two balls, 1 strike to George. He works the count to 3-1 now. Josh Fields is on the DL with a right groin strain. He made his second injury rehab appearance last night for AAA Fresno. Tossed a scoreless inning, allowing a hit and a walk. Due to pitch again tonight. 2-hopper to Simeon. Springer was hustling. He's out number 2.
Yeah, he was digging from that first step. Just can't quite get it on the tracks right now.
Jed Lowry has the only Houston hit so far. Looping line drive hit to right field in the first inning. It's Tampa Bay 2, Toronto 2. They're in the top of the 6th at Toronto. In tight for a ball. The Astros AA club, Corpus Christi, was off to a 5-0 start. Had a morning game today and lost it 6-3, or 2-1 rather. Last night's big hit in a 6-3 win came from Carlos Correa, a 3-run go-ahead double in the 6th. That 5-0 start matched their best start in franchise history. That's a strike to Lowry. 2-1 to Jed. The Hooks return to Corpus Christi. They will host Springfield in their home opener Thursday. A chance for all the really good baseball fans there in Corpus to come out and support the Hooks as they open at home. Fresno's 3-2, and John Singleton has it going at .389. Correa's 8 for 26 with 6 doubles and a homer. Lancaster 2-3, Quad Cities 4-1, Joe Musgrove 1-0. David Stearns, the Astros assistant general manager, was talking about the pitching plans in the minor leagues. A 6-man rotation at AAA Fresno this year. Fouled away, 2-2. The reason for this is the Astros want to keep options open and look at as many pitchers in a starting role as they can, instead of deciding at the end of spring training which ones will be in the bullpen. Some of those guys might be good starters as they develop, so they'd like to keep looking at them, and that's why they have the tandem from AA on down in the rotations. That'll go foul, which means 2 pitchers share the game. The starter might go 5 and another pitcher might go 4, so to keep both of them stretched out, and then perhaps the next time through the rotation those will be switched. But David Stern says 2 out of every 3 turns a pitcher will have his own start, which would mean he could go deeper into the game. So Mark Appel and the other guys will be stretched out to a degree, keeping those innings under control at the same time. Lowry's hit by a pitch on the 2-2. He gets drilled by Graveman. He's had some wandering command tonight. 3 walks and a hit batter now. He hit 2 batters in his first start of the year.
Well, these two wouldn't seem to have any history, and Jed Lowry takes a little peek just about at this point. Yeah, what's going on here? I think a lot of times as a hitter, you want to check and see, is that pitcher staring at you? Is there something that may be more than just a pitch that got away?
Evan Gattis would like to make the pitcher pay for that. He bounced into a 1-4-3 double play first time. There's ball 1. Stats Incorporated did some research for us. Since 1914, what do you think, Ash, would be the longest over for a non-pitcher to start a season?
To start a season?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have the faintest clue, so I'll just throw out an 0 for 41.
That's close. 0 for 37 in 2011 to start the season. The Dodgers, Eugenio Velez.
It's hard to remain with a club when you get past 0 for 20.
Slowly hit to third, charging Laurie, and he throws low, but Davis makes the play to end the 3rd inning. With no runs, no hits, and a man stranded, it's 1-0 Oakland after 3.
celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Astros franchise and the Astrodome this weekend, presented by Coca-Cola. This Friday, the 17th, 10,000 fans will receive a Jimmy Wynn bobblehead. And then on Saturday, the 18th, Astros legends will be signing autographs, and 10,000 fans will receive a 1965 replica Astrodome. For more info or to purchase tickets, visit Astros.com or call 1-877-9-ASTROS today. Brownie, I got a sneak peek of this bobblehead and the replica. Pretty cool stuff.
Why did you get a sneak peek?
Don't worry about it.
Strike one to Ike Davis. I am very concerned about this, Julia. Ash and I have been up here all day.
Oh, don't drag me into your squabbles.
Even though you got here a lot earlier. Why don't we get a peek?
Well, it was for an Astros bases loaded coming up this week.
Okay.
Only people who have interviewed Kevin Costner get a sneak peek.
We know where we rank. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ike Davis, who singled to left in the second inning. So you approve of those 2 items?
I do. I can't wait. Fans are going to love them.
That's going to be a fun weekend here. The Angels will be here. They are trailing at Texas right now, 4-0 in the top of the third. That's looped out to left center field. Marisnik cruises over. And if you watch his first few steps, you can see why he cruises over. 1 out.
Gifted is what he is defensively. But then the guys that flank him fall in that same category.
Peacock with 1 out in the 4th inning faces Stephen Vogt. The roof is rolling back. We don't see this very much, do we?
No, we saw it go the other way late last night. And now we're going to play some moonlight baseball, I guess.
Moonlight Graham around. That's ball 1.
That was a nickname for a guy?
Yeah.
Ball player.
Yeah.
I played with Mudcat Grant, so I got that going over you.
So, do you know how Mudcat Grant got the nickname?
Yeah, I've heard the story, and now it's not coming to me.
You like to fish? That would be a guess, but 1 and 2. He had a nice long career.
So did the guy that in the song wound up getting split up from his, I don't know if it was a wife or what the scenario was, but I don't know that they called him Mudcat at the end of the song.
2 and 2 as the curve bounces to Stephen Vogt.
Mudcat and Blue Moon on the same team.
Blue Moon Odom. Raleigh Fingers. They got into a fight before a World Series game back in the early 70s.
Just to help the team along, I'm sure.
One of them, according to the story, wound up in a laundry basket. And then they went out and won the game.
Apparently the shower heads weren't working that day.
Yeah. Vogt got hit by the pitch on a curveball. That one got him around the right ankle, it appeared. So after an exchange of hit batsmen, we move to further action.
Stephen Vogt has one of those feet. I think it's the right foot has some kind of serious issue that has required a steel plate of some sort.
Yeah, that's what we were hearing. And you see that plate there.
No.
Got him right on the toe, it appeared.
Could have hit the edge of the sole of the shoe right there. Could have helped him.
Looked like it missed the plate. In the air off the bat of Laurie. That's being chased, and now the wind will probably come along and change the conditions a little bit for the fielders. That's strike 1.
Okay, so wait a minute. There was Mudcat, and there was Blue Moon, and there was Catfish.
Yeah. And there was Vida Blue. Remember when Charlie Finley, who owned the Oakland A's, wanted him to change his name to True Blue?
Oh, I missed that. Was that sometime around when the orange baseballs were being used in spring training?
Sometime after that. Charlie always had something going. Fly ball out to center field. Marisnik. 2 down.
Not in the way of advancing contract negotiations.
He's a tough negotiator. He did not part easily with $1.
He and Calvin Griffith would have gotten along very well, I would assume, at that time.
Yeah. They were from the same mold. Josh Reddick hit a little roller, and it went for an infield hit inside the third base line in the second inning. The Oakland A's were moved from Kansas City to Oakland back in the 60s. And they won that World Series in '72 from the Reds, 7 games. Great World Series. Strike one. Gene Tennis was the big hitting star. He was their catcher at that time.
They were probably trying to get a new stadium back at that time, too.
Well, that's been the major issue, hasn't it, for this club? The lack of a stadium.
And yet they win.
1-1.
Well, they have been trying and trying to get that new stadium, but I don't know if it's ever going to be forthcoming out there in Oakland.
At one point, they wanted to move the club. That didn't work out.
Well, the Giants feel they own that San Jose area, I guess, and therein lies the big problem.
Well, remember years ago, the Giants were threatening to move to St. Petersburg.
That looked like the wise thing to do at the time. You remember the Giants, who now they're a ticket you can't even find in their new stadium, and yet playing in the old stick, they could hardly get anybody in there, including the players.
They had that award they gave out. It was a little pin to fans. If they stayed at Candlestick Park all the way through an extra inning game, they got the little pin that said "the Croix de Candlestick." An award because it was cold and windy.
I don't think even the Crazy Crab stayed for full ball games.
Knock him out. Well, Peacock spins one up for round number 3. That's his third strikeout as well. He's keeping it close. It's 1-0. Oakland through 3.5.
Is already this season. That glove diving wide to his right to make that play. That was a genuine gem. And he's handled the line drives. He looks good down at third base. He was great with the bat back in spring training, but you can see as he moves to that shortstop position with the shift on, making all the moves there, and we hope to see a whole lot more defensively as well as with the bat.
He leads it off in a 1-0 game. Oakland leading, and he fouls it. Strike one to Valbuena, who was caught looking in the second inning. Kendall Graveman has survived 3 walks and a hit batter. He's given up just 1 single. That was to Jed Lowry in the first inning. That was followed by a 1-4-3 double play ball. Graveman searching for his first major league win tonight. That's a liner into shallow center field. Valbuena takes his hitting streak to 4 games. That's the leadoff man, reaching for the first time in 4 innings for Houston tonight.
Well, apparently we just haven't been highlighting Luis enough.
Let's highlight him again.
It's a pitch out over the plate. That running fastball hits it off the end of the bat, but he finds a hole, and that's the key. You see, he's a sturdily built fella, and he showed some home run power in the spring.
Carter's crowded on that one. There's ball 1 to Chris. Carter struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Zobrist shading up the middle, is not too far from second. Strike makes it 1-1.
Another peek at Valbuena and where that pitch was, right on the outside black.
Good job of hitting. He didn't try to pull that one. Strike makes it 1-2. Did you pick up on the controversy? Well, it's not controversy, but the story about the former Oakland A's lefty, the guy they traded for last year, John Lester, who's now with the Cubs after signing a 6-year, $155 million deal, who apparently has problems throwing to first.
Yeah, the story became national big yesterday. Apparently others have been saying that it's a story that's been out there. He doesn't throw over to first base, and the reason being that maybe he has, and I haven't heard the term the thing, but the players call it the thing, the inability to throw to a given base.
Some people call it the yips.
That's a term I used to always associate with putting in golf and such, but it's the same thing, the same philosophy one way or another. Something gets in your head and you can't make it happen.
Evidently he had not made a throw to first base with the base runner on for 2 years before last night. Carter's down on strikes. Strikeout number 3. We were hearing that was an issue in that playoff loss at Kansas City.
This running fastball runs in on the hands. Chris Carter is just unable for the moment to get things going the way he had in the second half last year.
Jason Castro drew a 4-pitch walk in Graveman's debut, and admittedly he was sick when he pitched, but left-handed hitters were 5 for 10 against him.
There's a throw to first base, looked easy.
Well, last night, for the first time in 2 years, when Lester threw over there, he had a lob toss, and the Cubs first baseman Rizzo had to come off the bag to catch it, and then he made another throw and he just launched one about 8 feet over Rizzo's head up the right field line.
Most extreme case of a major league pitcher I ever played with that seemed to have that issue would have been Larry Anderson. Now, Larry was never affected in terms of pitches to the plate, and I guess that's true with John Lester. But if you asked him to take something off it, walk a hitter on 4 pitches or throw to first base, oh, it was a disaster.
Looked like a grenade toss.
Yep, it was. And he'd sometimes forget to pull the pin, and a lot of issues with it.
It was almost to the point that if there happened to be a runner on second and nobody on third, it would have been easy to steal third base on an intentional walk, right?
It seemed. Yeah.
Well, now that it's out there and everybody's aware of it with Lester, we'll have to see how much running teams do. And admittedly, he's kept the base runners down, and that has a lot to do with why this hasn't become an issue.
He's been a terrific pitcher through the years, and obviously highly sought after here in the last season or so.
Throw goes over to first. Valbuena back. Valbuena has not attempted a steal. And then there's Tom Brady last night.
That wasn't pretty. Did you watch that?
Yep.
Throwing out the first pitch for the Red Sox.
George W. Bush never would have done that.
No, he had a much better arm. Now, the funny thing is, Tom Brady's not the first quarterback to go out to the hill and try to throw out a first pitch. And it looks, well, I'll just say unorthodox. A little bit of more of a stiff throwing delivery than you would see from a baseball player. Tracy McGrady looked great tonight.
He did. Maybe the catcher for Brady should have started at third and run a pass pattern, and he would have drilled him right as he got to home plate.
Right, there's some thinking. I don't know if Bill Belichick caught that first pitch or saw it. Maybe is a better way to say it, but that could be a career killer.
Well, Brady was in the batting cage, and Pedro Martinez was tossing to him before the game. There's Astros owner Jim Crane.
You crank any?
I don't know, but that's a good-looking sport coat Jim has on.
Oh, I know where you're going.
There's a shot into right field. Valbuena heads for third base. And the throw comes into second on a single by Castro. He's on for the second straight time tonight. It's first and third and one out. Hit number 3 for Houston.
A little rally ready to be kicked into gear here. Jason Castro continues to not have blazing success early on, but he's leaving himself in a position where when he does get hot, the numbers are likely to move skyward quickly.
Colby Rasmus has this opportunity now. He walked on a 3-2 count in the second inning. Pitch count has reached 70 for Graveman. That's yank foul. Rasmus hit it sharply just outside the first base line.
Now Russell Wilson wouldn't be, you would think anyway, one of those quarterbacks that would have the odd throwing motion with the baseball.
Definitely not. Jake Marisnick's on deck. The Astros are hitting 122 with men in scoring position. In the air. Sam Full. Now the left fielder's going to catch it. Mark Canha. And the runners hold.
Celebrate Jackie Robinson Day with the Astros tomorrow. That's April 15th. A special pregame ceremony will take place to honor Jackie Robinson's legacy and celebrate diversity in baseball. Purchase tickets by visiting Astros.com/Jackie Robinson or calling 1-877-9-ASTROS.
Very meaningful day in Major League Baseball. Every player will wear the number 42. Now Jake Marisnick will try to provide a big lift with runners at first and third. 2 outs now. Marisnick bounced into a forced play in the second inning.
It's got to create a tough day for the clubhouse guys.
With the number 42s.
Everybody wearing the same number. Number one, you've got to get a load of uniforms ready, all with the number 42. And when you pick it up after the game to clean it, whose locker do you hang it back in?
That's the real question. It's a nightmarish evening for broadcasters, too.
It can be.
Strike, and it's 0-2 to Marisnick. As Graveman tries to work out of this situation. First and third, 1 out. He got Rasmus. Altuve's on deck.
Be ready for me to say that guy looks good.
Lashed to third, but right at Brett Laurie, and he gets it over to Zobrist for the force on Castro from 5-4. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men stranded, 1-0 Oakland.
with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay review, radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Brad Peacock on for the 5th here, and I asked Brent Strom, the pitching coach, what he wanted to see from Peacock today and what would have been his second rehab start in AAA. He said, I want to see him throw his breaking stuff for strikes today. And in that last rehab start, there were some things he liked about Peacock's performance, but some things that he didn't. Of course, the 5 walks that he had. Stromy hoping that his high fastballs would be successful against this Oakland lineup. He's keeping them in it, guys.
Well, and he's forced to do that because the Astros have been frustrated by Kendall Graveman's pitching. 4 innings, 3 hits, and he's walked 3 and fanned 3. Gave up a first inning run after Full doubled and scored on a sac fly by Zobrist. It was 1-0 early Oakland, but Brad has kept the A's off the board since then, facing Marcus Semien now and dealing ball 1. Semien struck out in the 2nd inning.
Working, Brad. Come on, Brad.
Semien traded by the White Sox to the A's. That was in the Jeff Samardzija deal. Oakland really went for it last year, trading for Samardzija and Jason Hamill from the Cubs, and then picking up John Lester. And it did not work out, except for just that wild card berth, but then they lost that playoff game. Fly ball, and George Springer with Altuve going out. Altuve makes the play, 1 out.
And now our Steele pitch by pitch as we go back to Stephen Vogt in the 2nd inning. And Brad Peacock, as he so often does, falls behind 1-0 and even 2-0 with a couple of fastballs that miss. Then he finds the heart of the strike zone, but Vogt taking all the way, comes right back with a curveball also taken. So as the count evens, where does Peacock go? He turns to a slider and gets the strikeout well delivered down under the knees on that inside portion.
That catches the outside edge. Strike 1 to Sam Fuld, who has a pair of doubles tonight. Fuld is a 33-year-old veteran from Durham, New Hampshire, who went to Stanford. Has an economics degree. Fly ball right field, looping to Springer. 2 down.
Hey, look what you can do when you can get ahead and get the hitters thinking, okay, he's throwing strikes now. We'll swing the bats, and you get yourself some easy, quick outs sometimes.
Well, the rain has moved out of the area, we're told. So here we are at beautiful Minute Maid Park. 2 outs in the 5th inning, and it's Mark Canha. He grounded out to second in the 1st inning, but it was a productive out, moving the runner from 2nd to 3rd from where he scored on the sac fly by Zobrist. He walked in the 3rd inning. Canha drove in 82 for AAA New Orleans last year. This one goes high, and Colby Rasmus comes into shallow left center. Marisnick there as well. Marisnick. And it's a 6-pitch inning for Peacock. That'll help the Astros' cause, with the score still 1-0 Oakland. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2, starring Kevin James, in theaters April 17th. And by Whataburger. You've never had a club sandwich quite like this. The Whataburger Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club, here for a limited time. Well, you can see Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2. You can see the Jose Altuve story. Could be a week for movies for you. There's ball one, up and into Jose. He's grounded out twice in this game. Last night he had his first 3-hit game of the young season, a homer and 2 singles. And now a smash to left field, caught on the warning track by Canna. One out for Kendall Graveman with a 1-0 lead.
Well, that ball had a little more juice to start with, maybe off the end of the bat a bit.
Yeah, it did seem to die.
Ball just doesn't carry here when the roof is open. That story goes back and forth with guys.
George Springer has a walk and a ground out to short. Flag is not showing much of a breeze. There is strike one to Springer. Up in Arlington, Nick Martinez is shutting out the Angels through 4-0 Texas. 1-1. Seattle has a late game at Los Angeles. Sasha Iwakuma going for the Mariners. Laurie. 2 down.
Our TXU Energy Power Player of the game is Jed Lowry, and his team leading 2 home runs already. Jed Lowry from the right side of the plate, where he hit just 1 all of last year. He hits 1. Takes a nice little jog following, and another from the right side. Switch hitter now has to catch up from the left side. This one hit right on the top of the wall in Arlington. Ball didn't stay in the seats very long. Here you go.
With homers right-handed and back-to-back at bats, covering 2 games. Taking ball one here. Jed with a single, and he was hit by a pitch. He considers himself to have more power, raw power as they say, right-handed, but with more at bats left-handed. His numbers look better on that side of the plate overall. The A's have a major league leading 3 shutouts in their first 8 games. Working on one here, 1-0. But each of their shutouts have been by 8 or more runs. Now back, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, that was a big time swing from the left side.
When this game got underway, A's starters were limiting opponents to a 170 batting average this season.
Well, they faced the Texas Rangers, and now the Astros. They have faced also Seattle. Seattle's gotten off to a slow start with the bats. The Texas Rangers were in the same category. So a lot of times it can also be the teams you're facing and those hitters.
Excellent point. Off the glove of the pitcher Graveman, out to Zobrist, and a quick throw to first made it a 1-4-3 play to end the 5th inning. 1-0 Oakland.
Years ago today, Nolan Ryan beat Steve Carlton 6-3 in a matchup of the top 2 strikeout pitchers in Major League history. The Express increased his strikeout lead in the game with 3,887 strikeouts versus lefty Steve Carlton and his 3,877, and it would advance well beyond that. Nolan Ryan, the greatest power pitcher ever in the game of Major League Baseball. This is the final out of the no-hitter, 1981. That was number 5, the record breaker, and he would go on to deliver 2 more no-hitters in that illustrious career.
Ben Zobrist, and he takes strike 1 leading off the 6th inning. Zobrist has the only RBI in this game with a sac fly in the 1st. He bounced into a forced play in the 3rd. What was it like to catch Nolan Ryan?
It was really, I would honestly say that the 3 no-hitters I was blessed to catch were the most exciting regular season games I was ever involved in. Got so wrapped into those games. A couple other games went into the 9th inning. One Nolan with 1 out and one Mike Scott with 2 outs. They got away. But those games required the most intensity of any game I ever found myself involved in. Wanted probably more than they did for them to pick up the no-hitters. But just an exceptional experience, and one that if you didn't ever catch in your career, there's just no way for you to quite understand.
3 balls and a strike, but he was such a fanatic on conditioning late in the game. He did not wilt when other pitchers did, correct?
Well, I think that's fair to say. He also had a mentality of, don't you even think that I'm wilting, I'm not coming out of here.
That's a leadoff walk to Zobrist. Second walk of the game for Peacock.
Now, watching that at bat there, Ben Zobrist is a patient hitter. And it's not just patient waiting for a pitch to hit kind of thing. He's taking pitches early on, and you can see it in that at bat. And Brad Peacock at times just has that command slip away to where there seems to be no response to that automatic take.
Zobrist has been 74% on a successful rate on stolen bases for his career. Billy Butler, double play candidate, the batter. Joe Thatcher, a lefty, warming up. There's strike 1 to Butler. Butler did hit into a double play with Zobrist at first in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 2. Last year, Zobrist had 10 steals in 15 tries as Thatcher gets loose. 83 pitches for Peacock. Butler's almost clipped by that inside offering, 1-1. But Peacock got up early this morning to travel from Fresno to Houston. That may be affecting his energy at this stage of the game.
I'm going to guess that was not a direct flight.
I don't know if they have direct flights from Fresno.
I think you have to go through Visalia to make that work.
A line shot right field corner. George Springer will have to dig it out. Here's Zobrist heading to third base. Mike Gallegos going to send him onto the plate. Here's Altuve with a relay throw. And he is safe. 2-0 Oakland. RBI double for Butler.
Well, an impression on the play. Billy Butler shoots one to right field, and with the right side pretty much wide open for Billy Butler, he appeared to be trying to take advantage. Watch yourself. Now it's the line drive, and nothing would have changed, but sure looked like a guy trying to find a gap. And that's everything you got if you're the runner's over is trying to score. Jason Castro trying the only thing you can do, that glove it and sweep a tag in there.
Now 2-0 A.J. Hinch, who's had lefty Joe Thatcher warming up. Lefty hitting Ike Davis at the plate. Then Vogt, another left-handed hitter, to follow. Walks out to the mound. And nice work for Brad Peacock tonight. And he'll go with the lefty Joe Thatcher. He did buy a little extra time for Thatcher to throw some more warm-up pitches before pulling Peacock. 5 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, 2 runs so far. Walking 2, fanning 3. Very good work for Brad Peacock tonight. Back in a moment.
Here at Minute Maid Park, every Friday night home game is followed by the best fireworks show in town, presented by Marathon Oil Corp. The next fireworks spectacular is this Friday. That's April 17th. For more information, visit astros.com/fireworks, or you can call 1-877-9-ASTROS.
Brad Peacock now an interested spectator after the RBI double by Butler caused his exit from the game, and it's Joe Thatcher taking over against Ike Davis, lefty on lefty, in 3 appearances this season, 2/3 of an inning. He walked the only batter he faced Sunday. Lefty hitters 0 for 3 against Thatcher. Situational lefty. Ground ball, and with the shift on, Lowry takes a look at third, goes for the out at first. 6-3 play for out number 1, and Davis advances Butler. Pat Neshek warming up now for Houston with Stephen Vogt batting. So this could be a 2-batter appearance for Thatcher. Vogt struck out in the second, was hit by a pitch in the 4th. The next batter will be right-handed hitting Brett Lawrie. All 3 of Thatcher's appearances have been 1/3 of an inning or less. The infield comes in. That's ball 1 to Vogt. Peacock threw 85 pitches, 52 of them strikes. Vogt 197 lifetime against lefties. Jed Lowry is shading up the middle in this infield in configuration. Leaves a big hole between third and shortstop. Two and 2 to Vogt.
Like Vogt was trying to create a hole in the bleachers in right.
Neshek gets loose. Two and 2 to Vogt. Thatcher pitched for Arizona and the Angels last year, making 53 appearances. He was in the Padres organization from 07 through part of 13. Line drive right field. That'll make it 3-0. Springer over to pick it up, hit it into second base. It's an RBI single for Vogt and a 7-game hitting streak. That's his 6th run batted in.
That's a very nice job by Stephen Vogt after swinging through a couple of fastballs. He got a slider. which you would figure would be all the tougher on the left-hand hitter, but he stayed right there with the front side and able to get the key base hit.
Brett Laurie comes up. He takes ball one. Now the line can be completed on Brad Peacock. His pitching line is 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batsman. Foul ball makes it 1-1. The Astros bullpen has the 3rd lowest ERA in the American League, 1.69. Now the Astros relievers have inherited 9 runners. 6 of them have scored. And tied to Laurie, it's 2-1. Well, the A's have this award they give their player of the game, apparently, the Jungle Lion Award. Billy Butler got it last night.
All clubs don't have that?
They put a Michigan helmet in the player's locker when he wins the award. Bounce to Carter at first. He throws to Lowry and back for the tag. Safe. The throw pulled him a little bit off to the outfield side. Looks like he may be asking for a review as he signals into A.J. Hinch that he apparently thought he got the tag on both. And he'll call A.J. out. Would have been an inning-ending double play had it been the out call.
His reviews have sure allowed infielders, everybody on the field, to have better relationships with the umpires. That tag may not have gotten in there as quickly as Jed Lowry thinks. Let's see.
Like
yeah, he got him.
Yep.
No, Jed's right. It's got to be a tough call when you're an umpire trailing that play.
Right, and with the inside position, the runner blocks his view of the tag. That was Mike Everett at second.
Yeah, from that angle, with that lead foot, by the way, that's a great lesson for young players. Let that straight leg, or make your front leg, the leg that you're intending to hit the bag with your foot, make it as straight as can be and directly to the bag. Now this is directly to the bag but above the bag, and that's the reason Vogt is not safe on the play.
True. Tim Welke, the crew chief, and Mike Everett, who made that call, have the headsets on talking with the crew in New York. It's being reviewed. And the call is overturned. It is out. So Jed Lowry buys the Astros an out call. But Oakland comes up with 2 runs on 2 hits. The double play ends it in the top of the 6th inning. It's 3-0 Oakland.
lead things off. And chatting with the hitting coach, Dave Hudgens, who spent years with the Mets organization in the National League, said he's been watching Evan Gattis for the last 4 years, and he's never seen him struggle in this capacity, especially with the strikeouts. He's never seen him strike out that much. He said he was expanding his zone there for a while, really trying to avoid strikeouts and just make contact, guys.
He made contact. Brett Laurie throwing low, and that pulls Ike Davis off the base, so Gattis reaches, leading off the 6th inning.
Now that Evan Gattis was going to get picked in a way that was going to cost him here. He's on base for the ball club, and let's see how they wind up ruling this. Brett Laurie makes a tremendous diving play. Gets to his feet. You would figure at that point, he'd be able to make the play successfully. He tends to rush a number of plays, and that's a good call.
It's a hit for Gattis. Eric O'Flaherty, a lefty, warming up in the bullpen for Oakland. Luis Valbuena, the batter. He's 1 for 2. 3-0 Oakland, and Valbuena looks at ball 1. Kendall Graveman trying to get his first major league win tonight. Now Laurie creeps in at third. He's on the grass. Chris Carter on deck. 2 balls, no strikes.
That wasn't ideal right there, the receiving by Stephen Vogt. Standing up on that slider and then reaching down made it not exactly look like a strike.
Gattis now has 2 hits in 27 at-bats. Now 3 balls, no strikes. Graveman has walked 3 and hit a batter tonight. 2 of those 3 walks have been 4-pitch walks. He's at 88 pitches for the evening. Now 3-1 to Valbuena. Seats. Full count. The Astros are next to last in runs scored in the American League. 17 runs in 7 games. Rolled outside the third base line. Still 3-2. That could have created some havoc had it been fair. A's aren't playing him to hit it there, although Laurie does get to a lot of balls at third. Oakland starting pitching has the 2nd lowest ERA in the league, 2.32. Kurt Young, the pitching coach. That's foul back. And he has been the constant as some of the players have changed in Oakland the last few years. But with Young as the pitching coach, the A's have been number 2 in ERA all 3 years.
Luis Valbuena, top of the strike zone there, gets the good hat. Yeah, I don't know exactly what goes on with the Oakland A's, but they pitch year after year. And it doesn't matter which bodies fill the units.
Well, they lost those 2 big linchpins last year, Parker and Griffin. They still had a fine job on the mound all season long. They did make trades to acquire pitching, but they wound up at 3.22 on their ERA, 2nd best in the American League.
Of course, Marja and Lester now gone, and that's quite a turnover in your starting rotation.
Yes, it is. Foul ball. Billy Beane has joked that he's getting older now and he doesn't have time to wait for a group of young players to develop. So he was going for it last year by acquiring those veteran guys.
It was a gamble, though, with Yoenis Cespedes, kind of the big offensive weapon that they had, heading on to Boston, and now he has since departed there. But
now a walk to Valbuena. Has Graveman in some trouble. That's 4 walks for him, and with that pitch count, it may not be too long for this game. 94 pitches through 5 innings plus. Kurt Young is on his way out. It's not as if the Astros have stung the ball against Graveman. They have 4 singles.
No, anything but Graveman showed right from the first pitch tonight. Very good movement on that fastball. And obviously much better success here this evening than in his first start.
The lefty O'Flaherty continues to throw. Carter, the right-handed batter, is coming up, representing the tying run potentially. So it appears that the plan is for Graveman to face Carter, and then perhaps a switch will happen after Carter with lefty hitting Castro due up next. And then Rasmus. And Graveman is a ground ball pitcher. He can get a double play. He has struck out Carter twice. Strike 1. Zobrist out to shallow right field. Infield fly. 1 out. Now maybe O'Flaherty comes in. Yes, Bob Melvin has popped out of the dugout. He will make this pitching change to bring in O'Flaherty, the lefty, to face lefty hitting Castro. And it could be the first major league win. Kendall Graveman has gone 5 1/3. He's allowed 4 hits, no runs so far. Walking 4. Fanning 3. We'll be back to see how the rest of the 6th inning plays out in just a moment.
It will be Colin McHugh going out there after a very good outing his first time out. Going against Drew Pomeranz, the left-hander for the Oakland A's, who picked up a win in his first one this year. 7 good innings. Did not walk a man while striking out 6. So another big assignment for Colin McHugh.
Colin gets ready, but hopes for a turnaround here. The Astros trying for their first come-from-behind win of the season. Trail 3-0. 2 men on. Jason Castro, the batter. Eric O'Flaherty in 3 games has allowed 3 earned runs in 2 2/3 innings, but has a 1.23 career ERA against Houston. Has not allowed a homer to a left-handed hitter since Carlos Pena got one off him August 14th, 2011. Castro has a walk and a single in this game. And it's ball 1 from O'Flaherty. O'Flaherty pitched against Seattle day before yesterday, going an inning and a third. Allowed 3 hits and 3 earned runs in that game. He made his 7th opening day roster this year, 30 years old. 1-1 is from Walla Walla, Washington.
And not Kalamazoo.
No. 6th round pick of Seattle. Stayed in the state of Washington as he came to the big leagues in '06. Then moved on to Atlanta in '09. Had some good years for the Braves. Foul ball makes it 1-2. The Astros are 0 for 13 in this series with runners in scoring position.
Ooh, that's a painful number.
They've left 6 men on tonight, and they stranded that many last night in the 8-1 loss. Well, the thing the players say about that kind of a number is it's about to turn. Castro took it for ball 2. Colby Rasmus on deck.
Yeah, the back-to-back left-handed bats as Bob Melvin able to line up the lefty against him.
Zobrist gets to Simeon and on to Davis for a double play, the second of the night for the A's. No runs, a hit, and a man left. After 6, it's 3-0 Oakland.
Activities during every Sunday home game presented by Kroger. The first family Sunday of the season is this Sunday. That's April 19th when the Astros take on the Angels. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit astros.com/Sundays or call 1-877-9-ASTROS.
Joe Thatcher comes out for the 7th inning. 3-0 Oakland. He'll face Josh Reddick. Reddick is 1 for 2. Thatcher faced 3 batters in the 6th. Pat Neshek has been warming up. And he deals ball 1 to Reddick. Just one more left-handed hitter before it swings back to righty hitting Simeon. Shift is on for Reddick. It's 2-0.
Come on, Joe.
Tampa Bay's leading at Toronto with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, 3-2. Now 3-0 for Thatcher. Kendall Graveman threw 5 1/3 innings, allowing 4 hits, no runs. He walked 4, fanned 3, hit a batter, throwing 96 pitches. 57 for strikes. 3-1. The A's have turned 2 double plays in this game. The Astros also have a couple. Check swing roller. Charge. Valbuena barehanding, throwing low. Carter gets the out call at first. Very well done by Valbuena, who wound up on the grass. Carter had to stretch out toward the outfield to receive that throw.
Now, possibly a tougher play for Chris Carter than he was unable to make with Joe Thatcher in a recent game. So this is a tough play and well done on the barehanded effort. You see Carter having to turn back and go to that right field corner side, but a nice job keeping the foot on the bag.
Now Pat Neshek will be coming in after an inning and a third from Thatcher, allowing 1 hit, no runs with no walks or strikeouts. It's 3-0 Oakland. Back in a moment.
Pat Neshek, as he comes in the ball game, let's see what we can find about Pat Neshek. Favorite pregame meal, a burrito. Yeah, that's kind of standard. Favorite movie, Rad. I need help there, Brownie. Favorite player growing up, Kirby Puckett. Hence the pitcher.
You bet. And Pat, of course, grew up in the north. He's a 6th round pick of the Twins. And he's from Madison, Wisconsin. He played for the Twins for 4 years before moving on to San Diego and then Oakland. That was strike 1 to Semien. That is a foul ball for Springer over near the wall, and it's strike 2. Joe Thatcher in 1 1/3 innings allowed 1 hit, no runs, had no walks, no strikeouts. Pat Neshek has given up runs in 2 of his first 3 outings. 2 1/3 innings total for Pat. He walked only 9 with the Cardinals in 67 1/3 innings last year, and had good numbers in his time with the A's 2012 through 2013. He gets a punch out on Semien. 2 down.
That sort of slider down in a way will get you a few punch outs too.
That's the 4th strikeout for Astros pitching tonight.
I don't think he copied this delivery after Kirby Puckett or anybody else for that matter. This is unique all the way.
Sam Fold has a pair of doubles. He's 2 for 3. That's ball 1 in tight to Fold with Mark Canha on deck. Valbuena is in on the grass. 1-1 to Fold. The Astros will have Rasmus, Marisnik, and Altuve due up in the last of the 7th inning. Strike 1 and 2.
Oh, that changeup just kind of floated in there. See if it catches the corner. It appeared to. Yeah, that's a strike.
Flicked foul. The attendance tonight is 18,935. Getting to look out into a beautiful evening after the rain passed through.
Speaking of passing through, what's Paul Blart doing here in the yard?
Well, Paul Blart is always on his vehicle, isn't he?
He's kept it peaceful. Astros need to get rid of peaceful and get really noisy with the wood.
Well, the Astros would like to have a finishing kick like the one Paul Blart gets in the movie.
Ooh, man. I wonder if that hurt when he shot that seam.
Does he get a body double for that?
You know, somewhere in the future they'd probably be able to just fake that with computer work, but not today.
Pull foul. Ty Waller is the first base coach. He had to get out of the way of that one. The youngster's very happy he did. 3-6-0 for Oakland, 0-4-0 for Houston. The Astros have stranded 7. Oakland has left 4. Game 2 of a 3-game series. The finale tomorrow night. Change-up hit outside the left field line. Rasmus watches it go back into the seats. Still 1-2. Tampa Bay won at Toronto, 3-2 the final there. The Rays are now 5-3. Toronto is 4-4. White Sox won at Cleveland, 4-1 the final there. Carlos Carrasco leading the game in the first inning, hit by a line drive. Lowry. And in the top of the 7th inning. Thatcher and Neshek share the 3 outs and keep it close, 3-0 Athletics.
Jason Castro's at bat in the 6th inning. Got a couple of runners on. And got worked inside hard. Flaherty, the left-hander, came on. Even the count at a ball and a strike. Maybe a pitch to handle on that 1-0. It moves to 1-2, and Castro evens the count by taking. But the breaking ball induces the ground ball. That induces the double play. And that ends the inning for the Astros.
Now it's 3-0 with the Astros batting in the home 7th inning, and Colby Rasmus leading it off against Eric O'Flaherty. Dan Otero, a right-hander, is warming up for Oakland. Rasmus looks at strike 1. Marisnick and Altuve to follow. And tight, and Colby has a 1-ball, 1-strike count. He missed the bunt try, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, the one aspect about that shift with the guy on the left side that takes away the bunt generally is playing him up at the edge of the grass. That's where Brett Lawrie was standing, and still Rasmus took a shot at it.
Or he could bunt the other way with a left-handed pitcher on the mound, get it by him and reach.
That's a good point. Looked like he was trying to push it on the left side.
2-2, but the thought was solid to get a base runner here, leading off the inning, down by 3 with 9 outs to go.
Not like there have been bountiful times of base runners here this evening.
Strikeout. 1 down in the home 7th inning. The 4th strikeout for Oakland pitching tonight. The Astros have had the leadoff man in an inning on twice in the 4th and 6th. Marisnick has grounded into a force play twice tonight. Mets beat the Phillies 6-5. Chase Utley hit 2 home runs.
Apparently he's not done yet.
Strike 1 for Marisnick. Matt Harvey won it for the Mets. He went 6 innings, giving up 3 runs. Jerry's familiar with his 3rd save of the year. Marisnick swung, and it's 0-2. The Mets could be a surprise team this year with their young pitching.
Matt Harvey is a guy to watch. Now, can he make enough difference in that rotation? He'll make a difference, there's no question, but it'll be a big year for the Mets if they do it.
Struck him out.
I just think the Nationals, talent-wise, are too good.
They had a problem last night with Michael Taylor in center field. Jose Altuve is 0 for 3. Ryan Zimmerman's made some nice plays for them at first base this year.
You got to keep him over there. That throwing thing we were talking about earlier in the night is an issue for him.
He's made some great throws after diving plays this year at first base. Totally different than playing third, of course. Altuve rolls over on it. Simeon. Safe. Altuve gets an infield hit and a 5-game hitting streak for Jose.
Hey, this was a part of the batting title last year in that 341 mark, the ability to beat out ground balls in the infield. Near impossible to do it with all line drives, that's for certain. Look at this. On the ground ball to short, he should be out on this play, but Altuve is clearly safe. And Simeon, I would say, did everything the guy could do.
That's fast out of the box.
A little guy, but he really gets the wheels rolling.
That's his 3rd infield hit in the last 2 nights. George Springer looked at one in the dirt for ball 1. He's bounced out twice after walking. Jed Lowry comes out.
39 hits a year ago for Altuve in the infield.
1-1. That's one way to hit 341.
That'll get you there. And where you could fool a lot of people is ask them how many of those were bunts. Just 1.
Oakland had 21 home runs to set the rookie record. Springer one behind him, and he played 78 games. 1-2. Altuve takes off. There's a strikeout. And in the 7th inning, it's no runs ahead and a man left. 3-0 Oakland. The Chicago Tribune advocates openly for umpires to use hand signals so the fans can know what their call was. In 1910, President William Howard Taft became the first president to throw out a first pitch. And in 1960, after an opening day loss, Phillies manager Eddie Sawyer retired, deciding he wants to reach age 50. That's opening day, Ash. He retired after one loss.
Apparently it was a rough spring.
Evidently so. 3-0 A's. Mark Canha is 0 for 2 with a walk. At Neshek deals strike one with Sam Deduno warming up in the Houston bullpen.
What was the life expectancy for managers who lost on opening day? That's the question.
Oh boy. Deduno warming up. Neshek is pitcher number 3 tonight. It's foul back and it's 0-2. William Howard Taft also is credited with starting the 7th inning stretch. He was a president who weighed in the neighborhood of 300 pounds, and he was attending a major league game and got up to stretch in the 7th inning, and the crowd, out of respect, got up and stretched with him.
He had a lot to stretch there, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Canha strikes out.
I'm guessing he was not a vegan.
Well, he probably didn't have vegan tendencies back in those days, or even know what vegan meant.
Yeah, that submarine fastball, actually sidearm is where it finally comes out there, but blown right on by.
Well, the story on that is that Neshek was a shortstop, and he got hit by a pitch or hit by a ball on the forearm, and apparently there's still a bump there. I haven't asked him to see it. Zobrist the batter, and he was having a problem throwing from the conventional spot, so he started dropping down from shortstop, and it didn't hurt anymore, and he's just always stayed at that position even after converting to pitcher. Pretty good fastball there over the inside edge. 1-1 to Zobrist.
You can see Ben Zobrist just taken all the way, and talking about it earlier with Brad Peacock, when you've got a guy like Zobrist and Fuld who have been in that take mode tonight, just get yourself ahead.
Change up hit to left center. Rasmus. 2 down. Billy Butler will follow. Butler had the RBI double to right in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. Evidently the umpires at first objected to being asked to raise their right arm and signify what the pitch call was.
So they were no different than umpires of later years about that's not my strike zone, or that's not the way I do it, huh?
Yeah, there was one story today we were reading about that. Strike one. They said it took too much energy to raise their right arm.
Yeah, tell that to Dutch Renner.
Oh, he was a beauty, wasn't he? He would let everybody, not only in the ballpark, but in the neighborhood, know what his call was. And they'd know down at City Hall what Dutch called.
Apparently there was a standing ovation back in those days when an umpire notified with the hand that the pitch was a strike. Either that or the pitcher hadn't thrown a strike in some time. I'm not sure which.
It's 1-2 to Butler. Did you have a favorite umpire when you were catching the balls and strikes?
I don't know if I did. Lee Wire was a big guy, and he had this very high-pitched voice, and I remember some amusing calls he would make on some of the intriguing pitches from Mike Scott and others on the ball club, and so they kind of had some fun with that. But I don't know if I had a favorite.
How about Doug Harvey?
Grandpa, you're talking about the fatherly.
Yeah.
Doug was a nice guy, and he was a good umpire, and he would let you know it.
His nickname was God.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a book out now. They call me God. Struck him out. That's 3 punch outs. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and it's 3-0 Oakland.
These are your favorite rivalries, or maybe a little of each. With the Astros 14-game flex plan, you get to pick the games and see locations that work best for you. Purchase your 14-game flex plan today by visiting astros.com/tickets or calling 1-877-9-ASTROS. We'll see Jed Lowry coming up in just a second, facing his former team. He had the day off yesterday, so today was the first day he got to face these A's and chatted with everyone around the batting cages yesterday, catching up with his old teammates, but told us, now I want to beat these guys. That's all I'm concerned with, is beating my old team. And talked about the success that the A's had the past couple of seasons over the Astros, saying that consistency and the lineup was a big key and why they were so successful those 2 years, guys. Also, Luke Gregerson said the same thing. I just want to beat these guys now. All that nice stuff is over.
Oakland trying to make it 2 in a row over Houston as Lowry steps up to start the bottom of the 8th against reliever Dan Otero, with an ERA of 3.86 for 3 games. Last year in 11 games, 2-0 against Houston with a 1.86. Throwing strike 1. Eric O'Flaherty went an inning and 2/3, giving up 1 hit, no runs, with no walks, 3 strikeouts. New left fielder is Craig Gentry, taking over for Mark Canha. Foul tip makes it 0-2 to Lowry, to be followed by Gaddis and Valbuena in the Astros 8th. This Oakland bullpen is 0-2 with a 2.92 ERA. 0 for 1 in saves. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Clippard is the closer. In the absence of the lefty, Doolittle. He may be out for a few weeks with a rotator cuff tear. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lowry fouls it back to keep the count at 2-2. Dan Otero's 30 years old. The Giants drafted him in the 21st round in 2007. He's from Miami, went to Duke University and the University of South Florida. He worked last night in the 8-1 Oakland win. 1 inning, allowing 1 hit, no runs. Last season, he was called out of the bullpen 72 times by Bob Melvin. Still 2-2. Not an extreme hard thrower, but he has a good sinker.
That's kind of the word with the A's bullpen right now, is that they don't have that overpowering arm.
He worked the 8th inning last night, giving up an infield hit to Altuve. Off the plate, it's 3-2 now. Saturday, Nelson Cruz hit a home run off Otero. Cruz had another big night last night. He is off to a nice start for Seattle.
2 bombs yesterday. He's hit home runs in 3 straight coming into today.
He could make quite a difference in that Seattle lineup.
Calling him the boomstick.
Oh, he hits behind Robinson Cano.
Jed Lowry gets a pretty good pass at this pitch. Yeah, oh my gosh, how'd I miss that thing? Well, Robinson Cano's gotten off to a slow start with the Seattle Mariners, and as a group, they have really had their struggles.
They have. Detroit shut out Pittsburgh 2-0 in Pittsburgh tonight. That was Shane Green starting. This will be the 10th pitch to Lowry. The Astros had a much better offensive series against Texas this weekend, with 10 hits in all 3 games, at least 10. But they hit only 096 against Cleveland here. Lowry's down on strikes. 7 strikeouts for Oakland pitching.
Otero puts it right where he wants to. The running action leaves him just a portion of the ball, a couple of seams on the corner. That's what you want.
Evan Gaddis reached on an infield hit in the 6th. He's hit the ball on the ground all 3 times. 1-4-3, and there's strike 1.
Hey, let's bat him. Come on, Evan, get on the base. Come on.
Valbuena will be next. 6 hits for Oakland, 5 for Houston. No errors in the game.
Boy.
Now 1-1 to Gaddis. Apparently Carlos Carrasco of the Indians, who was hit by that line drive on the jaw, suffered a jaw contusion. He was gone in the first inning tonight. 2 balls, 1 strike. Cubs are batting in the bottom of the ninth, trailing the Reds 3-2. Joe Madden has been hitting his pitcher 8th. Fly ball right field. Reddick toward the corner, reaching for it, and on the run he brought it in. 2 outs.
We mentioned last night Reddick is a really good outfielder, throws well, and he'll go get some balls that are in some cases spectacular plays. This was not easy. He was getting right to the edge of the wall as he was able to make the play. For a moment looked like Gaddis might have gotten enough.
Right in front of the wall, 2 outs. Valbuena has a hit and a walk tonight. Texas leads the Angels 8-1. They're in the top of the 8th in Arlington. Valbuena looks at ball 1. Rangers went 15-4 against the Angels in 2013. Last year the Angels beat the Rangers 14-5 series games. 1-1. Angels were swept by Kansas City this weekend. Liner over Zobrist into right center field. Well hit. And Valbuena is on for the 3rd straight time tonight.
No telling how long hot streaks remain, but Kansas City's playing just like the ball club that got into the postseason last year. Luis Valbuena goes down and gets it, puts the barrel on it. This is the type of hitting we saw during the spring that left everybody with the club very encouraged about the new third baseman.
Hit number 6 for the Astros. Fernando Abad, a lefty, has been warming up. Carter will be next. Carter's 0 for 3. Lefty hitting Castro on deck. Kurt Young out for this visit to Otero, who stays in. Carter has struck out twice tonight and popped a second. The Astros have had some chances. They left 6 men on base in the first 4 innings. They bounced into 2 double plays. And now Carter with this game getting late. Take strike 1. Padres lead the Diamondbacks 3-0 after 1.5 in San Diego. It's 1-1.
Better reason to call that second pitch a strike than the first.
Yeah. See there? Seattle got 3 in the first. Cruz hit another one. Ground ball hit to the right side. Valbuena to second, and Carter connects. Solid ground ball single where there was a huge hole for Chris Carter.
There are times when you need a hit, and Chris Carter has gotten deep into that time.
It's his 2nd hit of the season.
Nice job. He kept his head down on it. Looks like he's swinging through this baseball. When he got hot the second half last year, he used the right side on occasions.
That will force a pitching change. Bob Melvin is going to the lefty Abad to face lefty hitting Jason Castro. Melvin piecing this one together. Graveman gave him 5 1/3. O'Flaherty 1 2/3. 2/3 from Otero. 3-0 Oakland. Back in a moment. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by Jack in the Box. Jack's hottest sandwich is back. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazin' Chicken Sandwich. Pitching change is taking a while, and we think we found a loophole in the speed-up rules. A's 3, Astros nothing. 2 men on, 2 outs in the 8th. Fernando Abad was called out of the bullpen. Bob Melvin had been waiting on the mound for several seconds before Abad hit the warning track. At the time he hits the warning track, the clock starts with the 2 minutes and 25 seconds of warm-up time. Last year, he was a factor in the A's winning the season series against the Astros. 2 saves and a 1.17 ERA.
Well, that fell in the category for me of if you're scared, get yourself any pet you want to bring in with you. But it took forever for him to come out of the pen, and that is a loophole.
Abad worked last night. 1 hitless inning in the 8-1 win. He'll face Jason Castro, who has a walk and a single in one of the key confrontations. In the 6th inning, he was batting with runners at first and second, 1 out, and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play against lefty Eric O'Flaherty. And again, it's the lefty to face Castro. Robbie Grossman on deck. Rasmus Dew up next. And it's ball 1. Abad was signed by the Astros in 2002. He's from the Dominican Republic. He has spent 9 years in the minors, 4 of those in the Dominican before coming to the United States. Deep drive to right field. Reddick on the run. Reddick is there again on the warning track. He caught Gaddis's fly ball, and he took in this one off the bat of Castro. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. 3-0 Oakland, moving to the 9th.
Checking out Billy Butler at the plate. Cleanup man for the Oakland A's against Pat Neshek, who starts him with a good slider, well spotted outside edge. Comes right back with a sinker that dips under the strike zone. Staying away all the way on Billy Butler here with the 1-2 count. Stays away again a little too much. And now it's time for some polish as the slider does in Billy Butler. Big strikeout to end the 8th inning.
Sam DiDuno comes out as pitcher number 4 of the evening for the Astros. In 2 appearances, he's worked 5 innings, allowing just 3 hits. He got his first career save not only in the majors but in professional baseball Sunday against the Rangers in the 14-inning win. And he'll work the 9th now with Ike Davis to lead it off. The shift is on for Davis. Davis is 1 for 3. DiDuno throws, and it's strike 1. Pat Neshek in 1 2/3 innings was perfect, giving up no hits, no runs with no walks. He struck out 3. It's 1-1. The Astros in the bottom of the 9th have Rasmus, Marisnik, and Altuve scheduled up. Grossman was in the on-deck circle, but is not in the game. Ground ball goes foul. 1-2 as Tyler Clippard gets loose. Knock him out. 1 out in the 9th inning.
Sam Deduno, at times, at least from what we've seen, will rely on breaking pitches to be able to throw strikes, primarily the slider. That looked like the over-the-top curveball there to finish off Ike Davis.
Saw him rely on that slider when he was in trouble. With the bases loaded for that final out on Sunday in the 14th. Stephen Vogt had the RBI single in the 6th inning. He's also been hit by a pitch. Deduno throws, and there's strike 1. Rockies 2, Giants nothing in the 2nd at San Francisco. One and one. And that Red Sox win at home over the Nationals 8-7. Koji Uehara returned from the disabled list and got his first save of the year. The Tigers win 2-0 at Pittsburgh. Shane Green is now 2-0 with an ERA of 0. Soria got his 3rd save. 1-2. That Ausmus's team off to a rousing 7-1 start. Baltimore clipped the Yankees 4-3. Sabathia the loser. Lowry short hops it. 2 outs. Brett Lawrie's 0 for 3 tonight. Jose Quintana was the winner for the White Sox. 4-1 over Cleveland, with Carrasco taking the loss. That one hit him. A breaking ball that got up and in, and Laurie will take first base.
That looked like a pitch that just simply got away. You know what? They hurt the same way.
Yeah.
See what this.
In the left hand area.
Well, he turned the correct way. Although he really got it started forward, and that'll get you in trouble a bit. Hey, who else can get hurt on that play is the catcher and umpire.
Reddick is 1 for 3. Now here comes Laurie. And no throw. First steal of the year for Brett Laurie. And it's the first of the year for Oakland as a team.
2-base hit by pitch.
They had not attempted a steal in their first 8 games. See, I think it was Mookie Betts who stole 2 bases on 1 play last night.
Stole 2 bases on 1 play.
Yeah. I didn't know. I forgot that could happen. But
I'm trying to picture how that can happen.
Well, the other team was in a shift, and so nobody was covering
I
third.
did see that. Yes.
And so they gave him 2 stolen bases.
No kidding.
Yeah, he beat the pitcher to third base.
Yes, he did. I
was
kept waiting for a throw to kind of try to follow him there on the play, but nothing ever worked.
I think the pitcher was Jordan Zimmerman. He was trying to get over there. But that's what the pitcher has to remember, and they work on this in spring training. When there's a shift and there's nobody at third base, the pitcher has to get over there. He's the closest guy.
I was very heads up by Betts on that play. I had forgotten seeing that play.
Now Scribner has joined Clippard in the bullpen for Oakland. Way outside. 1-2. Duno pitched Thursday against Cleveland with the 4 innings really helping the bullpen, and then 29 pitches in the 1 inning Sunday. Foul back. Still a 1-2 count. And Mookie Betts alertly, even when he was sliding into second, he popped right up and headed for third. Foul ball. Keeps the count of 1-2. Tomorrow night, the finale of this series starts at 6:10. Hope you can join us here on Root Sports. Colin McHugh and Drew Pomeranz tomorrow night. And then Thursday's an off day. The Angels coming in. Friday night, the opener of that 3-game series. Matches Roberto Hernandez and Jared Weaver. Weaver's 0-2 with an 8.71 ERA right now. Make it a 7-10 start. On into right field. Springer will make a throw to the plate. And Castro will not get him. Here's the throw into second, not in time. 4-0 Oakland. Reddick with the RBI single keeps going into second base on the throw. Laurie scoring ahead of the one-hop throw from Springer to Castro.
You got to make an effort throwing to the plate as Springer did, but you also have to get it down where it looks cuttable, prevent the base hit, the Reddick opportunity to move into second base, which he takes readily here. I don't know if that throw's cuttable or not.
Semien the batter. He's 0 for 3. 4-0 now, and that may cause Bob Melvin to change his plans to use Tyler Clippard. He was also warming up Scribner. So it will not be a safe situation. Semien looks at it. 2-0. Well, with Josh Fields due to pitch tonight for AAA Fresno, if things go well, he probably will be back with the Astros this week. They went well last night. 2 balls, 1 strike. So that will prompt another roster move. Three balls and a strike. Fields was a big part of that bullpen, especially the second half of the season last year here in Houston. Ground ball third. Albuena juggles. Still recovers. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 man left. It's 4-0 Oakland going to the bottom of the 9th, and the Astros have Rasmus, Brisnick, and Altuve due to bat.
Butler was at the plate. We've seen him before. He goes right field as he doubles into that corner, driving in a run. That in the 6th inning made it 3-0 A's at the time. Billy Butler has been a good hitter for a long time, and in this case is a big part of what looks like a tough game now for the Astros to retake here in the 9th inning.
Well, earlier, as you mentioned, the loss of Cespedes through that trade. Maybe Butler will pick up some of that lost offense from last year.
That's a big guy to pick it up from, but Billy Butler's been a very good offensive player for years, and I imagine the Oakland A's fans would like to see him regain some of that power form.
Now the closer, Tyler Clippard, it's not a safe situation. He made his A's debut on Thursday, acquired from the Nationals in January. Acquired to be a setup man, but then the closer, Sean Doolittle, went down with a shoulder injury. Well, Clippard, age 30, led the National League in holds with 40 last season. Colby Rasmus is 0 for 2 with a walk. The shift is on, and the second baseman, Zobrist, throws from shallow right field. 1 pitch, 1 out. Abad retired Castro in that deep line drive to right field with 2 men on. His only batter faced in the 8th inning. Otero in 2/3 of an inning gave up 2 hits, no runs with no walks, 1 strikeout. Clippard is pitcher number 5. Marisnik is 0 for 3. Jose Altuve's on deck. That's in for strike 1. Clippard throwing 91 in that pitch. Marlins down the Braves 8-2 in Atlanta. Tom Kohler got that win. It's in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Clippard was a 9th round pick of the Yankees in 2003. He's led the majors the last 5 years in innings pitched without a start, 393. Fly ball into right center field, and that's in for a hit. So on the 0-2 pitch, Marisnik is on.
Continues to play good baseball. I think you can count on him being brilliant in center field. Well, if you can handle that pitch, you can probably look forward to having some pretty good success.
Jose Altuve hustled out an infield hit in the 7th inning. Shortstop. He's 1 for 4. Laurie even with a bag at third with 1 out in the inning. The Astros have out hit the A's 8-7. Houston has stranded 10. And it's strike 1. The Astros do not have an extra base hit. 8 singles in the game. The A's have 3 doubles tonight among their 7 hits. In the air, and the right fielder comes over. Reddick. 2 down. Astros were shut out 2-0 in game 2 of that Cleveland series here. Carlos Carrasco was dominant that night. He went 6 1/3, striking out 10. Collaborating on a 4-hitter with 4 Cleveland relievers. And as they try to avoid being shut out for the 2nd time in the season, it's up to George Springer. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Lowry on deck. Foul back for strike 1. Balls, 2 strikes to Springer. Graveman, O'Flaherty, Otero, Abad, and Clippard for Bob Melvin tonight. Oakland trying to go a game above 500 at 5-4. To right field, Reddick coming over. It's an 8-hit shutout. The Astros strand 11 in the game. It was 2 hours and 58 minutes of baseball. Oakland winning for the second straight night here in Houston. 4-0 as Graveman beats Peacock.